Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Kakodash, divine the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, teaching well, and shalom to all the sincere Akim, that spiritual truth, and faith, God's four corners of the earth, shalom, shalom. So, now I wanted to do a lesson on how, through us prophesying in these times, the Israelites, you see, even scattered abroad, are coming back into this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. As Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has given us this wisdom, knowledge, these law, statutes, and commandments, we see it being prophesied into the wind, and Israelites is awakening, and seeing, or that spirit is gravitating, into this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding these latter times, man, these end times. I brought this out to be edifying, and we're gonna start in Ezekiel chapter 37, and from the top it says, "The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones." And this valley, man, which was full of bones, is full of, Black Latinos, Native Americans, as well as Israelites scattered abroad, that's dry, man, meaning dead, in a dead state of mind, without this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. It says, "And caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there was very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry." And we can liken it to this, in the valley of the shadow of death, man, in America, man, in Babylon, where it's, the land of unwalled villages, man, the land of free and carefree, man, of sin upon sin, In this verse 3 it says, it's like I'm reading verse 2 again. It says, "And caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry." It says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, power, thou knowest." Again he said unto me, "Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord." And why these bones are dry, man? Because they have forsaken Yahweh Shemel Shai. This is Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. It says, "And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever." So ultimately, Yahweh Shemel Shai had a plan for us, to prophecy being fulfilled to us to go off. And now we see in these modern times, man, how we're looking prophesying to win, but you still have a lot of dry and dead bones, man. You still have a lot of dry and dead bones, man. It's open valley that can be likened unto America. But as well as you see us prophesying into the wind, you see these men that's being raised up, like it's going on in the further verses, how the sinews, meaning, the tissues and muscles, is being wrapped upon, meaning, we're gravitating this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Rivers of living waters are flowing out through our mouth, man, which produces us in a spiritual sense, putting on our body, man. It says, verse 5, it says, "Thus saith the Lord power unto these bones, behold, I will cause you to breathe to enter into you, and ye shall live. Cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live." And that breath that's the spirit of life, man. That's the spirit of life of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Let me get that precept. This is John chapter 7 and verse John chapter 6. Get that precept later. 6 and 63. It says, "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life." That's right. So that breath, that was the breath of life, man. That was the words of this book. This book contains salvation, man. This book contains life. Where we at? But that breath that was talking about, the breath of life, man, ultimately is word. Yahweh Shai, which is the word of Yahweh. Jump right back into it. It says, verse 6, "And I will lay sinews upon you," well, flesh or muscles and tissues and things of that nature, "and will bring up flesh upon you and cover you cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. And how does he put sinews and things of that nature, man? By bringing you into this bosom of your understanding. Verse 7 says, So I prophesied, and I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. That's right. By this word of Yahweh Shem Shai, it brings forth life when you speak it, man. And you have, certain Israelites that are atoning and gravitating towards this word, and is being built up. Verse 8, and when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Then said he unto me, Prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say unto the wind, Thus saith the Lord power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon the slain, that they may live. That's right. And breathe upon the slain. Breathe this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And that's what we're doing in these modern times, man. We're prophesying into the wind, and we are ultimately, I brought this out, we're gathering the elect. Like I said, is prophesying to wind into the four corners. This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. It says, And after these things I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. It says, And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have the seal the servants of our power in their foreheads. That's right, man. And that's 144,000, verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 in all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of all the tribes, like of the children of Israel. That's right, man. So, like we jump back into Ezekiel 37, how Yahweh Bashim Shai commanded Ezekiel to come to prophesying to the four winds, man. And that's the same exact things we're doing today, man. As we're using this Urim and Thummim, we're able to reach Israelites and ultimately elect scattered abroad, man. And they're returning into this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and getting built up, man. They're getting that breath of life put upon them, and they're getting out of that dead state of mind. They're returning to their heritage and not discontinuing, as Jeremiah 17:4 states. Let me see where I wanted to stop at. So I prophesied, man. Okay, verse 10. It says, So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, and exceeding great army. That's right. Like into that at 144,000, man, that government of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's not army, man. You will get army, if you don't have power, man. Army of 144,000 men of each tribe, having all sorts and types of power, man. A great exceeding army of the Lord, man. And that shows you, man, how prophesying to the four winds brings back Israelites, man, to return to their heritage, man. Now they're being returned to their heritage by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, by this word, man. They're hearing the word, and they're getting out of that dead state of mind. Get another precept on that as well. This is Jeremiah chapter 2. Let's see. Verse, let me see what, 21 to 14. 13 slides. This is Jeremiah 2 and 13. It says, For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed down them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. That's right. That can correlate with Ezekiel 37, 2 and 3, and as well as Jeremiah 17 and 4. How us discontinuing for our heritage, we become a broken cistern, man, that can hold no water. And that water represents this wisdom, knowledge, understanding that the Lord has gave unto us, man. Ezekiel 47 goes into that. I get that too. But that's how we become a dead and a dry bone state, man. We become dry. We become dead. We don't become full of water, full of life. What is our body like 80% of water? But likening to that as a spiritual aspect, man. We're dead. We don't have no light, no wisdom, knowledge, understanding in us. Our throat speaketh of guile of death and deceit. So that's how we became a broken sister in a dead state, as Ezekiel 37 states, because we forsaken Yahweh Shema Shah and discontinued for our heritage. But the Lord has given us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding again to make us alive. This is Revelations 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh by Shema Shah entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. What is that spirit, man? This is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Our eyes, our ears was open. The knowledge of the Lord of this holy Bible was unlocked to us. Who has that key to unlock it? Yahweh Shai, man. So much beautiful shit, beautiful things, man. How all this just correlates and comes together with each other, man. And at 3 days, it was 3 days and a half. That was 350 years, man, from 1969 or as well around that time, 1969, 1970. And first started off in 1619, man, slavery. And then 1969 and 1970, Elder Bivens, which was Elijah. Believe it if you don't, but it's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. He came on the scene and truth was sprung up, man. And then just water, surrounded the streets, man, flowed through the streets. Let me get that. This is Ezekiel chapter 47. Which one I want? Verse 7. It says, Now when I had returned, behold, at the bank of the river were very many trees on the side and on the other side. That's right. So starting with Elder Abba Vivens, preaching this wisdom about your understanding, then water flowed, man. And now you have trees. Now you have these elect men. I brought this up, be a part of that number, you know, of great millstone from the apostles, elders of on down, preaching his word, man, and bearing fruit of themselves, as well as building themselves up on their most holy faith, as well as bringing other brothers into this truth, bringing other elect men, our brothers side, into this truth, man. Verse 8, Then he said unto me, These waters issue out toward the eastward country, and go down to the desert, and go unto the sea, which being brought forth into the sea, the water shall be healed. That's right. So that prophesying of the four winds, just like how that desert is like into that dry bone state. It has no water. It has no wisdom, knowledge, understanding flowing through it. Now Yahweh Shema Shai has given us this wisdom, knowledge, understanding after 350 years to flood the street with water, flood the street with this wisdom, knowledge, understanding ultimately, man. And that's how you see this great awakening happening now, man. Especially, with the Lord, turning the king's heart. Now you have Kanye, known as Ye, and Kyrie Irving, promoting, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, things of that nature, are the Israelites, man, are chosen people of the Lord. Now you see that movie, the Hebrews to Negroes, being the #1 bestseller on Amazon. So now you have this whole great awakening. Now you finna have family of the word, because the Lord, has pushed this word from the apostles elders on down, into the streets, into the high chief places, the highways and the byways, and has flooded the street. Now destruction, coming fast for warning. See if I got any more precepts. Let's see. Okay, this is Psalms 107 in verse 33. It says, He turneth rivers into a wilderness, and the water springs into a dry ground. A fruitful land into barrenness for the wickedness of them that dwell therein. That's right. So he can turn the rivers into a wilderness, into a desolate place of no wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Ultimately, a place of death. It's just like Sodom and Gomorrah. It says he turneth the wilderness into a standing water and a dry ground into a water springs, and that's what he did, man. After 350 years of not knowing things of that nature, and Elder Abba Bivens coming into this onto the scene, man, and prophesying that we're the true children of Yahweh Shema Shai. And now you have all these trees, meaning all these men that's popping up all across the globe, man, the four corners of the earth, prophesying and speaking of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that Yahweh Shema Shai has given us, man. And now our minds is being unlocked, unsealed, man. And now you still have the rest that's has been given a spirit of slumber, man. That's shield, man. But see see if I got any more precepts. Alright, let's see. Oh, I can get another one as well. Let me get this one, Hosea. Gotta get this one. This is Hosea chapter 1 and verse 10. It says, Yet the number of the children, it's like we started verse 9, it says, Now then said Yahweh, call his name Lower me, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. That's right. And then when you go into the blue letter, that goes that Lower me means ye are not my people. It says, verse 10, Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass in a place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there should be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power. What place is that? It's talking about modern day America, man. Babylon, man, where they whipped us and called us different names and gave us our own names. Toby, James, Luke, John, all this Chris and all this other bullshit, and said, you're just plain Africans, Hamites at that. But now it's been said from this wisdom, knowledge, understanding flooding the streets that we're the sons of the living power, man. That we're the children of the heavenly Father, man. We're the chosen people. We're the peculiar people. We're the people that's set apart. It says, verse 11, Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come out of the land for great shall be the day of Jezreel. That's what the seed of the living power, man. Yep, that's right. Building up that tabernacle of David. Just wanted to get that in my footnotes. And then Hosea, I'm gonna end it off in Baruch 2, in verse 30. It says, it's a lot of meat on here. Okay, I'm just gonna do 30, or you don't die. It says, For I knew that they would not hear me because of this. It is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves. That's right, and how are we remembering? By this was my understanding going forth. It says, And shall know that I am the Lord, their power, for I give them an heart and ears to hear. That's right, man. And now you see Israelites all over the globe, to the four corners of the earth, because we're scattered as the sand of the sea, waking up, man, because the Lord has given us the eyes to see and the ears to hear. It says, And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of the Lord, way of their fathers, like him, which sinned before the Lord. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath to their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land which I have given unto them. That's right, man. That kingdom, man. Yeah, salvation, man. In times, man, right there. It's in time scripture as well. But as you see, man, all across the four corners of the earth, you see these blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as our people that look like the other nations and things of that nature, hearing this word, and their spirit is gravitating to it, man, and they're prophesying, and they're prophesying and getting this word, man, because it's been prophesying to the four winds of the earth. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shema Shaba, Shema Kakodash, Divine is the apostle, the elders, great minister, on teaching well. Shalom to all the sisters, Akim, that's pushing truth, and on faith, cause four corners of the earth. Shalom, shalom.